Welcome to the Big Four Accounting Firms podcast, brought to you by big4accountingfirms.com. So news has come out that PwC is rolling out a new initiative called My Plus, and I'm going to read that press release. And I just have to say before I start reading it that there's a lot of buzzwords in here. So just prepare yourself. But I'll start right now. And the press release is from Tim Ryan, who is the U.S. chair, and this relates to the United States. The past 3 years have had a dramatic effect on people. And as a result, individuals are now reassessing what they want to do and how they want to work. This fundamental workforce shift extends beyond whether people are physically convenient in an office or not. People are seeking opportunities that allow them to live their lives how they want to, including meeting the needs of their families, finding work that aligns with their beliefs, and creating an environment in which they are building the skills needed for the future. While these needs are universal, what they mean to an individual is personal, underscoring the need for choices. Before the disruption of the pandemic, PwC had already made significant investments in new skills and rethinking how we demonstrate value to our people and clients. Today, the pandemic and resulting workforce transformation has shown us that we need to accelerate our plans and create new opportunities for our people with the first of its kind people strategy. Changing the value proposition for our people. As our firm has changed with the world around us, we want to confirm our people strategies also evolving and surpassing the expectations of our people. To set our people up for success, it is important that they are fulfilled, happy, learning, and growing with our clients and firm. To surface what matters most to our people, we embarked upon a listening journey over the course of the last year. In many of our sessions, we heard loud and clear that our people's needs mirror what organizations are hearing across the world. People want more flexibility and choice when it comes to where, when, and how they work, as well as enhanced benefits and development opportunities. With that in mind, I knew we needed to have the courage to fundamentally rethink our value proposition for our people experience at the firm and not just nibble around the edges. Forging a new personalized career journey at scale. I am so proud to announce that PwC is launching a reimagined people experience called My Plus that is centered around choice and flexibility and tailor-made to further support development, well-being, purpose, and personal ambitions. It's our biggest and boldest reimagination of our people experience, and over the next 3 years, we'll invest $2.4 billion to bring this personalized experience to life. My Plus will provide our people the power to build personalized careers, from choosing the types of assignments they work on, to the hours they work, to where they work, and the benefits they need. Our commitment, the largest in professional services to date, lays the foundation for a future where our people can make customer-like choices supported by consumer-grade technology to build a personalized career experience at every stage of their life. My Plus is made up of 4 key pillars: well-being, total rewards, leadership development, and a network of employees and alumni alike. Over the next 3 years, we will be redesigning our business processes and implementing a number of changes, some happening immediately starting in our next fiscal year, and others continuing to build throughout the course of the journey to bring our vision of My Plus to life. Here's where we're headed and the immediate next steps we'll take in our transformation. 1. Well-being. We're reimagining a future where well-being is front and center, so our people will be able to choose where, when, and how much they work, all enabled by technology. You may remember that last fall, PwC was the first major professional services firm to offer and formalize the option to work virtually to all 40,000 client service professionals. In the first year of our transformation, we'll continue to expand upon our flexibility from reduced salaries or reduced schedules, 20% pay leaves of absence, and the potential to work from anywhere, even internationally. We also know the value of protected time, and when we take time off together, we can support each other, fully unplug and charge. So starting this year in the US, we're adding an additional week-long firm-wide shutdown, giving our people 2 shutdowns a year, the first in July and the second in December. Making sure all time off is protected, uninterrupted, and that no vacation days go unused is also extremely important. So our leaders will be expected to support that happening. Number 2, total rewards. We will continue to evolve our benefits to meet the needs of our people, so they have options for every stage of life to support their physical and mental health, financial, social, spiritual, and emotional well-being. In the first year of our transformation, we're expanding parental leave for all parents. from 8 to 12 weeks, giving them additional time to bond with their newborn, newly adopted, or foster care child. As a father of 6, I know how important this is. We also are upping our commitment to support mental health by doubling the number of free visits with a mental health professional a year from 6 to 12 visits, and increasing the reimbursement amount for out-of-network mental health support from 70% to 90%. Number 3, development. We will elevate leadership and coaching skills for everyone at all levels, enabling our people to live our values in every interaction with clients, our communities, and one another. In the first year of our transformation, we will offer quarterly sessions featuring external speakers and skill-building opportunities to emphasize the human dimensions of leadership. These sessions will promote intersectionality and build in our culture of belonging while teaching skills like building trust, active listening, empathy, and constructive feedback. Our kickoff sessions will include a focus on development skills for managers and above. We also have already launched an inclusive mindset badge for everyone at the firm to build on their inclusive leadership skills, such as trust, empathy, and listening. 4, always a PwCer. Our people feel an unwavering connection to the firm even after they leave. We will invest in an incredible community of our individuals who have spent a portion of their career at PwC so we can continue to build relationships with them and offer resources throughout their career. In the spirit of choice, we are committed to helping our people pursue professional paths that excite them and support their well-being, development, sense of purpose, and ambitions, whether it's inside or outside of the firm. Lastly, continue to invest in our people. Our people are the heartbeat of our firm that will never change. Just as we are relentlessly client-focused, we are also unwavering in our ongoing investment in our people to deliver on our purpose, to build trust in society, and to help solve important problems. We will continue to build trust within our organization. The most meaningful workplace experiences are those that are created with people's interests top of mind. It is extremely important for people to be seen, heard, and valued, for people to be able to make choices based on their preferences, sense of purposes, and ambitions. Our people strategy will transform how we work over the coming years, and change of this scale is not always comfortable or easy. These changes, however, will help us create a culture that sets us apart from any other firm, helping us to attract and retain the best people in the market. That is the type of experience we're working towards at PwC. I couldn't be more proud of our people and the bold steps we are taking. Okay, so that's the end of the press release. I mean, to me, it's not clear what this MyPlus thing really is, other than tweaking a couple of benefits, I would say. I'm not sure where the $2.4 billion is going to be spent, other than maybe additional salaries and bonuses and some training. But the trainings look like ESG based. It's more about diversity and getting people to speak in diversity terms in front of their clients. As far as the coaching, they make it seem like they're giving coaching, but it seems like more coaching around DEI rather than executive skills. I think people need help with the executive skills more than they need training in ESG, since PwC is basically an ESG firm at this point. Some of the new rewards. So the new rewards look to me to be the 8 to 12 weeks for parental leave, which I thought they already had something like that. The ability to work internationally. That is very interesting to me, but I don't know how that would work if you have client calls. I mean, obviously you would adjust your schedule, but it would be very confusing to try and coordinate with your client when you're on a completely different side of the world. But I guess they're putting the option out there. As far as the hours, it doesn't look like you can really modify your hours. I think you'd have to work very closely with your HR with that. And then they have this sabbatical thing, the 20% paid leave, but that's PwC's had that for well over a decade. The alumni thing sounds interesting to me, because I think what they're trying to say there is they might actually help people change their career to something else, which would be an interesting benefit to take advantage of. What else looks like a new thing? The firm-wide shutdowns aren't new. They already had pretty big shutdowns in July and December, so I think they're just rebranding that. And I guess that's what I want to say too about this whole thing in general. To me, this whole thing just looks like rebranding, or not rebranding, but a press release, repackaging their existing benefits into a press release to try and get more people to work for them. I think for the most part, that's what it is. The $2.4 billion as most of these big four accounting firms, we see them all the time where they're saying, one of them will say we're investing $500 million in our people. And then like the next month they'll say we're investing $100 million in our people over the next 5-10 years. But nobody is going to be able to audit that. Nobody audits the big four accounting firms. We don't know where this money is going, whether it's actually going to be spent. We never retroactively look at any of this. Another good benefit that I think is the mental health benefits, going from 6 visits to 12 visits a year. That's once a month. That's not really that much, but the out of network mental health support could be good because most mental health professionals do not necessarily accept insurance. So it'd be good to use your out of network benefits for that. But I think people are just going to have to look into this a little bit more as it progresses. It just sounds like a press release at this point as they compete for talent, but that's a good thing for employees because competing for talent means that employees can make more money and pursue the things that they want to pursue. But right now, with the economy not doing so well, I don't know how many of these things are actually going to come to fruition and whether PwC will actually have to tap into that $2.4 billion for other things. But they're competing for talent. They've obviously lost a lot of people. Otherwise, I don't think they would be doing this. And they're trying to work with their people. But the other thing, too, you have to think about is the HR people at PwC. Their whole career and the way they work is going to change as a result of this because PwC's HR is very rigid and used to working a certain way. And now they're going to have to consult employees on all these benefits. And especially associates, because associates are young and they like doing exciting things, and these benefits are going to be exciting to them. So they're going to come to the HR people. How do I do this? How do I change this? How does this affect my pay? And there's a lot of associates too. They're going to take advantage of the system in that they're going to take off as much time as possible. Because think of it this way: they're trying to make it seem like this is a buffet of benefits, and that you can pick and choose what you want. Well, if everybody could really pick and choose what they wanted, they would want the maximum amount of salary, millions, billions of dollars. They would want to never work for that. I mean, don't get me wrong, people love working, but you would like to receive benefits for doing nothing, and you would like to receive the maximum amount of benefits, the maximum amount of salary for doing nothing. So it's going to have to be within reason. I think that, and that's why I think this is more of a press release around PwC's existing benefits than I think it's actually a reshaping or with all these buzzwords of reimagining, value proposition. PwC loves using the phrase value proposition. Everything they do is a value proposition. But I don't think it's too many new things because the other thing too is the HR component of PwC. Like, you can't completely change their job. It has to fit within your current HR platform, your current regulatory structure. You have all these contracts. You're going to have to change all those contracts, especially if people work internationally. There's implications with that. The Big Four obviously have consulting services around that, so they're aware of that. But HR people are going to have to get trained up on this. It's going to take them a little while. It's going to be a lot of implementation in the face of, as they said, the pandemic, but also all the issues in the economy right now. It's going to be interesting to see how this turns out, but we'll definitely keep an eye on this. It's another thing that PwC is doing, similar to the new equation. PwC seems to be rolling out some kind of new idea on something. They're completely reimagining their business every few months now. I think there is just, at some point, it feels more clickbaity in a lot of areas. With these press releases that PwC is doing, especially with Tim Ryan. Like, Tim Ryan's obsessed with clickbait headlines of how he's reimagining everything. But we'll see what this does for PwC's retention, what this does to people's salaries, bonuses. PwC did do a mid-year raise. We'll see if they keep up with the other Big Four with that. If they do better than the Big Four, how people take advantage of the international ability to work on this. There's a lot of things that we're going to have to track here. There's going to be a lot of stories that come out of this, and whether people actually take advantage of this or are able to, because of the demanding workload of PwC is not going to be going down. I don't believe, unless they just completely wipe out utilization metrics, completely wipe out hourly billing, then it's still going to have to fit into the old model. But we'll make sure to keep an eye on it. Make sure to subscribe to his podcast to stay up to date and check out the show notes for useful links. Thanks for listening.